Welcome to Haut-Beyleron. I know I butchered it, and that's the best attempt I'm going to come up with as an old West Virginian boy. Or at least, I was 4 decades ago. Now we'll just need to go with an uneducated old man who's set in his ways, and his mouth just does not move, like you young folks. But enough about me. Let's get on with the show. I must say, and I might be a bit jaded with my views, but I have to say that I think this might be the second best Farming Simulator 22 map that we have seen to date. As we did with the Elm Creek video a little while back, let's run through the trailer again, but this time break down some of the scenes that we saw. We open up the trailer over a quaint French river, taking notice of a small hillside town that overlooks both the river and the rich farmland beyond. The reflections off the water look really great, and something that you'll notice throughout this video are the trees are very different overall from those on Elm Creek, giving the map a very distinct look to its American counterpart. There are other differences which we will go into very shortly with respect to this map and Elm Creek. I get the sense that we'll be calling this map the map of many bridges, as we see roads crisscrossing over the main river that cuts through the map, and I count no less than 7 river crossings. Here we are, looking beyond the railroad tracks, looking toward the southern part of the map at the biogas plant off in the distance. And on cue, here comes the train. At first glance, it's the same overall design as that on Felsberg and Erlengrot. And speaking of Erlengrot, the train line on this map is also similar in that it starts and ends off the map versus running in a loop around the map. We'll take a closer look at the PDA in a bit. Overlooking the town in the hilly region of the map, we have the remains of an old stronghold of some kind, which looks to be also a tourist location by the pedestrian AI. And take a look at their dress. Unlike past Farming Simulator titles, we have different pedestrians, or at least different dressed pedestrians on this map as compared to Elm Creek. This shot gives us a real good look at some of the various tree species we have available in the French map as compared to Elm Creek, as well as hot air balloons. Very idyllic scene, I must say. Off to the hillside, great vineyards and olive groves, which at this point I'm guessing is more toward the northwest of the map. The Hilltop Observatory, which we learned in our first look at the map, will open up at night to get a good look at the night sky. This for sure is in the northwest corner of the map, as we'll see on the PDA. And while we're here looking at the night sky and the clouds go by, another unique aspect about the maps for Farming Simulator 22 is the AI traffic. Again, unlike past Farming Simulator titles, we now have unique traffic for both this map and Elm Creek. We also have very distinct architectural differences between the two maps, with buildings here in France having a much older style and look to them, as well as unique road textures. This area would be prime for some sort of fruit orchard. Maybe one day. Wool seems to be big business here in the south of France. And behind what I'm thinking is the spinnery, we have a very interesting structure on top of an arch. Really curious if anyone has any idea what purpose something like this might serve in real life. Ah, the Catapult. We saw this a while back, but still a great point of interest toward the middle of the map on the eastern side, I'm guessing, based on the bridges and the path of the river we see here. And let's just take a moment to look at the farmland from this perspective. A bit more tree-lined fields than from Elm Creek that I remember, but still, the ability to merge some fields should be possible without having to bring out that chainsaw. A secondary biogas location maybe, to take beet chips or possibly wood chips. The first sign of production maybe with cheese shop at the dairy, or maybe it's just a sell point. And here we see the only apparent way to get to a small island created by the river divide. Possibly the flour mill, or just a run-of-the-mill sell point, but we saw this in the background of a recent fact sheet. I believe we are now on the western side of the map, with the map border visible on the left and the railroad going over the river and looping back towards the center of the map. Then to close out the trailer, let's just enjoy some more of the scenic aspects of Haut-Beyleron. And now, let's take a look at the PDA. While I do not think that we know the field count for this map, like where we did with Elm Creek, I count something like 39 possible field areas, and unlike Elm Creek, I think this map may be a little bit more of a contemporary design, as I do not think it includes multiple farm locations. In fact, looking over the PDA, I'm thinking, and I might be wrong, but it looks like our start farm might be down in the southeastern area, and there may only be one particular starting farm location. So that is going to do us for today's news. We are 11 days away from the global release of Farming Simulator 22, and we'll be able to then explore Haut-Beyleron ourselves. If you like what you saw here and you might be thinking of pre-ordering, then go ahead and consider using my affiliate links down in the description below. I do get a bit of kickback from the use of them, so you can help out the channel also. If you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe and tick the bell icon to get notification on future uploads, as we will have just 2 more fact sheet drops, with one of them tomorrow. And you don't want to miss what new and interesting bits of equipment might be showing up on your farm soon enough. And until next time, happy farming!